So yes, welcome to this live Forex trading session. As usual, we're going to go through the markets. The main one we're looking at is the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So as usual, we're going to start off by looking at the economic calendar. Let's bring that up, see what that has in store for us. So today is Wednesday, the 21st of July. And looking at the economic calendar, again, my time zone is set to GMT+2. So wherever you are based in the world, make sure you set your own time zone to where you are based. So the times I'll be quoting are GMT+2 times. So we're trading the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So we're looking for any reports of high importance throughout today that could affect either of these currency pairs, and also note reports of medium importance that could affect this currency pairs. So looking at today, we've seen that these Asian reports have come out, they've come and gone. You can ignore reports of low importance. We can ignore that report from South Africa that has no relevance to us. We can ignore reports of low importance. You can see here 1 p.m. out of the United States. Reports out of the United States affects all markets. So at 1 p.m., you can see here there's a report of medium importance, the MBA mortgage applications. So anything to do with the housing market could potentially affect the markets. But it's a report of medium importance, so that won't stop us trading, but it's just an indication for us to note the time that this report is coming out and check our trades around that time, because it could potentially affect the market. And again, since it's out of the United States, it will affect all currency pairs, including the ones we are trading, the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So just be mindful at 1 p.m. GMT+2, which is in less than an hour's time. We need to check our trades because this could potentially affect the market. And at 2:30, we can see out of Canada, we have the new housing price index. Again, reports relating to the housing market, you want to note that. But this is due out from Canada at 2:30 p.m. GMT+2. So this will just mainly affect the currencies paired with the Canadian dollar. And since we are trading the USD Canadian dollar, we'll note again to check the USD Canadian dollar specifically at 2:30 when this report is coming out. And then the rest of today, this is just reports of low importance. So there are no reports of high importance today. There are no reports of high importance today. There are no public holidays. So we can go ahead and trade and start trading. But we note to check our trades at 1 o'clock for all currency pairs. And at 2:30 p.m. GMT+2, we need to check on trades with currencies paired with the Canadian dollar. Okay. But it's also good to check what's coming up for the rest of the week. And we already know from the beginning of this week that tomorrow, Thursday, the 22nd, we have a huge report coming out, which is the European Central Bank interest rate decision. Again, this will mainly have an effect on currencies paired with the euro. And because this is a huge report that would have a huge impact on the euro, and this is coming out tomorrow afternoon, but because it's a huge report, there's a likelihood the Euro US dollar will trend sideways for the whole week leading up to that report tomorrow. So we need to be extremely cautious trading the Euro US dollar today in view of that report coming out tomorrow, which means I'll only be having one live attempt on the Euro US dollar today in view of this report coming out tomorrow. Okay, also don't forget to check Market Watch, see if there's anything that could cause uncertainty in the markets. Usually it tends to be global news, global tensions that could cause uncertainty that would affect the currency market. But there's nothing untoward causing uncertainty in the global markets. Of course, as usual, there's so many things that affect the stock market. Again, that's why it's a difficult market to trade, because it's affected by so many things. But for the currency, it tends to be the major thing. So there's nothing major going on in the global financial markets to affect the currencies. So we can go ahead and trade. So We'll start with the daily time frame for swing trading. So looking at the daily time frame today, we can see the euro US dollar is currently trending down. The moving average 50 today is 1.1982. So I've adjusted my pending buy order to 2 pips above that to 1.1984 with a 100 pips stop loss. So got my swing trade order in place, just a pending order, and I just keep adjusting that on a daily basis till the market takes my order. So I now drop down to the 5-minute time frame. So earlier today, which I posted on the platform, the market initially trended down, formed a support here, a market support here, then went up. Now it's trending sideways. So this morning, I placed a pending sell order just below the market support and a pending buy order just above R1, which I posted on the platform. But you can see the market fell, broke the market support, took my pending sell order, and took me out with a loss of 20 pips. And again, because of the report coming out tomorrow, the European Central Bank interest rates have stopped trading. Like I said, I only have one live attempt at this market, and I've already had the one attempt, which ended up in a losing trade. Again, not surprising. And again, this is actually a good example because if we see why it's important to check, the reports for the rest of the week. And like I said, interest rates currencies are very sensitive to interest rate decisions. So Monday the 19th, if you look at the charts from Monday the 19th, you can see it here, 19th of July on the horizontal scale. This was Monday the 19th. So you can see the euro US dollar since Monday has largely been trending sideways. It's not just been up and down, which is not unsurprising because of the European Central Bank interest rate coming out on Thursday. So if you've been trading the euro US dollar since Monday, you should have been cautious, only having one attempt. I mean, some people just avoid trading and wait till Thursday. But even if you want to trade, you make sure you're very cautious, make sure you check for the trends, make sure you're out of a sideways trend and only have one attempt. Because as you can see, even from Monday, the market's anticipating the report on Thursday. There's a high probability of it trending sideways on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday, leading up to the report on Thursday afternoon. So you can see why it's important to check the rest of the week, especially for interest rate decisions that could affect your trading. So just like for the rest of the week, I've been cautious trading the euro US dollar. I've been saying since Monday, I'll only have one live attempt leading up to the market. Today, I've had the one live attempt already, which ended up in losing trade, so I've stopped trading. So we go to the dollar Canadian dollar. So the dollar Canadian dollar, again, let's start with the swing trade first. You can see the market is currently trending up. The moving average 100 today is 1.2337. So I've adjusted my pending sell order to 2 pips below that at 1.2335 with 100 pips stop loss. And then if you go to the 5-minute time frame, you can see at the moment the market is sort of all over the place. You can see initially it was trending down nicely. Then of course you can see it's trended flat, just going sideways. Of course, this was flat mainly because it was between 9 p.m. and midnight GMT +2. So this was, when all the stock markets around the world were closed. So that's not unsurprising. Then it started to trend up, and now it's just trending sideways along the pivot point. Now it's beginning to trend down. Now it's trending sideways. So now that it's trending sideways here, we can now place a pending buy order just above the pivot point and a pending sell order just below S1. So the pivot point there is 1.2712. So 2 pips above that will be 1.2714. 1.2714. 1.2714. minus 20, that'll be 1.2694. And 60 pips, 1.2774. Okay, so that's the pending sell and then buy, and then we're going to sell just 2 pips below S1. S1 is 1.2638, so 2 pips below that is 1.2636. 2636. 1.2636. And stop loss 1.2656. And need to get the calculator out. So the sell will be 2636 minus 60. 2636 minus 60. 2576. 1.2576. Okay. So that's so for the euro US dollar. I've stopped trading that in view of the report coming out tomorrow, with a loss of 1 trade of 20 pips. And with the dollar Canadian dollar, there you go. I've got my pending buy order just above the pivot point, pending sell order just below S1. Okay. Any questions?